3. Good morning, how are you? You are okay? And well, right there you have a presentation in PowerPoint. That is unit number 10. What's up? The objectives that we are going to check from today to the rest of the week, including the next week, we are going to check present perfect and present perfect continuous. In fact, before we start this, you know, I have a small presentation so you understand what the point is in this presentation. Your teacher, the edition that we are working, that is the Touchstone, and today is April the 2nd. Okay. So please, students, can you go to, wait, Alejandro Velas is here. Can you go to the presentation number 2? That it means diapositiva. The presentation number 2 in PowerPoint. In PowerPoint, this presentation means, do you remember this topic of I wish? Yes, do you remember this topic of I wish? With this topic, we explain and we describe things that you want to wish in this moment. Wish. Okay, number 1, what is wish? Wish is un deseo. So if you remember this topic, all the wishes that you want to say is because in this moment you don't have it. Like, for example, a car, a motorcycle, a house, a video game, whatever, you know, a cell phone, whatever, you don't have it in this moment. So like you don't have it in this moment, you want it. Yes, and you want them. So yeah, this is the topic that we are going to be working today. I wish. All right. So let's start with something with Areli.
Yes.
Do you remember how to form sentences with I wish?
No.
No? Okay.
Only I wish.
I am going to give you an example. It is also in the chat. I wish I had a house in Hawaii. Checking the chat, and right there I have a sentence. I wish I had. You have to use the verb in past. We have verbs like had, saw, read, talked, etc. All right. So my wish that I don't have in this moment I don't have a house in Hawaii. The next year, maybe, but in this moment, I don't have a house in Hawaii. Okay. So Areli, can you tell me one wish, more or less like my example?
¿Cómo?
Dime un ejemplo utilizando wish.
I wish I had a new cell phone.
A new cell phone, exactly. Okay, Jimena.
I wish I bought a blue car.
I wish I bought a blue car. Yes, perfect. Okay, Vale Basilio. Tell me one example, please, using I wish. One example, Vale. Open up your microphone because I don't have it, okay? Another student, all right. Omar, are you there? Please open up your microphone because you have it off. Torbellin, give me one example using I wish.
I wish to study in Canada.
Okay, just remember, I wish I studied. Right here in the chat, I am going to write for you. what the past is of a study, that is studied, all right? So I wish I studied in Canada. Great. What about Fanny Rosales? Can you open up your microphone, please? Thank you, Fanny. Okay, can you tell me one example using I wish?
I will try to Cancun.
Okay, I wish I went. Again, I am going to write here in the chat your verb in past. All right, so this is the lesson of today. In fact, we have a review in the book. This review is using I wish. All right, so yeah, I want you to open up the next presentation is that one, the number 2. I want you to open up your book in page 96. And right there, we have some examples, some sentences, which we are going to complete using this topic. Correct, students? So yes, let's go to the book in page 96. All right, Jorge Fabian, do you have your book? Jorge. Sandra, do you have your book open? Okay, thank you, Jorge.
What page?
Page 96. Paulina, do you have your book?
Yes.
Yes, I thank you. Okay, so we are in 96 there. The title is I Wish, I Wish. What do these people wish for and why? Complete the sentences there. Okay, so right here we have one example. In fact, the book is helping us because in brackets or parentheses, you have the verb which you have to use. In case that you have problems with the verb, or in case that you don't know what the past is, you can consult, you can check. Okay, Ms. Arely is asking something.
¿Qué página, profe?
96. Wait, because Ms. Arely is asking something. Okay. Okay, so in page 96, right there, I have, I wish I had, in parentheses, you have the verb have. You need to pass it in had. I wish I had a car. And then I remember that we were in class and wow, you were experts using this topic. All right. And then the second sentence is using the second conditional if. If I had a car, I could go places. All right. Okay. So the number 2. Yes. The number 2 right there. Can you start solving the number 2?
Es Kiney. ¿Sí se pronuncia así?
Okay, the number 2, how is the number 2? Can somebody?
Kineu.
If I knew, exactly. If I knew how to swim, ya tenemos the first part. Okay. I wish I knew how to swim. And then give me the result. If I...
Can swim.
exactly. Vean lo de arriba. Can
School,
go.
no?
What changes?
The verb.
Exactly. If I could swim. Okay. Okay, wait, because yes, he's here. If I could swim, you have
Was.
okay, was exactly. Well, somebody has was. Remember that the second part is with would. In this occasion, solamente en la primera parte utilizas el pasado, en la segunda utilizas would. If I could swim, I would.
Able to.
I would be able to go snorkeling with my friends.
Teacher,
Yes. Tell me.
can you repeat, please?
Exactly. The number 2, yes?
Yes.
The first part is new. Ay. The first part is new. Right there, you have it. Okay?
Okay.
The second line is could swim.
Okay.
And the third line would be able. Okay, so right there you have it.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. The number 3. In parentheses or brackets, you have can speak. What is the past of can? What is the past of can?
Could.
Could, exactly. So I wish I
Could speak.
Could speak.
could. Yes, could speak. I wish I could speak Portuguese fluently. We have the first part. Next one. If I, what is the past of be?
Was.
Was. But in this case, okay, if I was fluent, todo lo estoy poniendo in the chat. If I was fluent, and you have what is, okay. In the second part, you have to use would, yes? Okay, so how is the second part?
Would.
Would, and in the word in parentheses is what?
Easier to travel around Brazil.
Okay, would be. It would be easier to travel around Brazil. Okay? Okay, so we have the number 3. Number 4. I wish
¿Cómo
I,
quedó al
what is the
final?
past of have?
Had.
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 I wish I had.
Teacher, can you repeat the number 3?
Yes, of course. I wish I could speak Portuguese fluently if I was fluent. It would be easier to travel around Brazil.
Thanks.
Yes? Okay. And we were in the number 4.
Has found.
I wish I had more money. If I, yes, somebody say the
Okay.
answer. If I what?
Found.
Found. If I found a job. And the second part is with what?
With would.
Okay, I
Would.
would. I would earn. I would earn more money. And we have a second part right there. On the other hand, what is the past? Oh, sorry, what is the past? What is the negative of would?
Wouldn't.
Yes.
Wouldn't.
I wouldn't have enough money to study. Okay, so you remember in this session and in this particular topic, what we are checking is verbs in past and would. Would is only when you have sentences with if. Okay, sentences with if. Okay, number 5. I wish. What is the negative auxiliary or what is the negative word that you use in past?
Did.
Exactly. And in negative?
Didn't.
Exactly. So the first part, I wish I didn't. Didn't what?
Up to.
Have to. I wish I didn't have to work tonight. Second part, if I, what is the past of be? You told me. What is the past?
Was.
Exactly. If I was free, and the second part, I
When.
would,
When.
no,
When?
would
Would.
go. I would go out with my friends. Remember that the second part using the sentences with if is because you have to use would. Would is the result. It's like when you say in Spanish, si yo fuera a Canadá, yo esquiaría. Esquiaría. Would is the ending of ría. You remember that I told you that? Would ski all day in Canada. So, esquiaría todo el día en Canadá. So, that is the point. What is the result in case that you go to Canada? And like this is a wish, so it's a result imaginary. Okay, number 6. I wish I, what is the past of know?
Knew.
Yes.
Knew.
I wish I knew how to use more software programs. So I, what is the past of can?
Could.
Yes. So I could
Get.
a better job. Okay, guys? Okay, so we finished the first part. Yes, we finish. Okay, in the second part review, you have here in the presentation also the third part. In the second part review, we are going to rewrite questions with questions and questions with the statements. Well, particularly in this topic, yes, questions with questions. Check in the chat because I am going to write the phrases that you have to use for these questions. Yes. And also, wait, because no. Also right there in the book, check in the book, the exercise number 5. Rewrite these questions about the picture compared with a partner. Chéquense en la segunda parte. Right there you have, do you know, can you tell me, I wonder. Again, the repetition of do you know and can you tell me. Yes, you got it? Okay, in this part, what we are going to do is this, do you know, can you tell me, and I wonder, that is your question. The line, on the line, what you have to write is a normal sentence. What is a normal sentence? I go or I went. I play or I played, depending what is the time that you want to use for that question. So right there we have, for example, number one, what is it? Do you know what it is? Chéquense la pregunta anterior y chéquense la segunda. En la anterior you have what is it. ¿Cómo la vas a reescribir? Do you know what it is? All right. So if you check, only you invert. Not always, because sometimes we have a question or questions with do, did, etc. So these questions, you don't use the do or you don't use the did. Okay, so how do we form the number two? Ahí tienen una, how do. So eliminate or cancel do in your question, okay? ¿Cómo la van a reescribir? How do you turn it on? Can you tell me? What is the answer?
Who turned it on?
Exactly. How you turn it on? Right there is in the chat. So if you check, you only eliminate the do, and that's it. When we have do, did in this part, another auxiliary have, let me check. No, we don't have auxiliary in this. So, but when you have do or did, yes, what we do is the elimination of this auxiliary do or did, and then right there you have your question. So in the chat is the solution for the number two. So let's go to the number three. Does it still work? Eliminate does. What
It is
is
still
the solution? I
Teacher?
wonder.
It still work.
Exactly. I wonder. In this occasion, cuando no tenemos WH, la vamos a reemplazar por el if. I wish if it still work. Right there you have the solution in the chat. Okay, guys?
Teacher, entonces I wonder if
Ajá.
it still work.
If, ajá,
Okay.
it still work. Ok, no problema. Ya nos salió el recuadro de que nos quedan 10 minutos. Ya saben lo que tienen que hacer en caso de que cancele the reunion. Ok. Vanessa is here, Renata is here, Sandy, Areli, Miguel, no. Ok. Pamela, yes. Axel, yes. Jessica, yes. Meraz, yes. Kobe, yes. And Fanny, yes. Excellent, guys. Okay, so let's go to the number 4. How much did it cost? In this number 4, you have the WH. Ah, teacher, pero esta no tiene la W y la H, no, pero se considera porque tiene H. ¿Ok? Entonces, esa la van a dejar. What you need to eliminate is the auxiliary did. So how is that question? What is the solution to this question? Do you know
How much it costs?
how much it cost? Yes. Right there is the solution in the chat. Okay. Okay, and the last one. How do you use it? So let's eliminate the auxiliary to.
Can you tell me how you use it?
Exactly. Can you tell me how you use it? Perfect. Perfect. That is the solution. Okay. Yes. Great. Okay, students. The other topic that we are checking. Do you remember, somebody tell me, do you remember this topic about relative clauses? Yes or no? No, you don't remember relative clauses? No? Okay. What is a relative clause? I am going to write it right here in the chat. Which? Do you remember this relative clause? Which for things? Yes or no? No? Okay, so which is for things? Okay, for example, my cell phone is an object, is a thing. My cell phone, which I have, is Samsung. For another example that I'm going to tell you, okay? It is a nice soda. Soda is an object, soda is a thing. It is a nice soda which I like to drink in the mornings. Okay, so which is for things. Who? Right there I have who in the chat. Who is for people. Yes? Who? Alejandro Fernandez is a singer. Who? Alejandro Fernandez is a person. So I use who. Alejandro Fernandez is a singer who sings in Feria del Caballo. Another example with you. For example, Fanny. Fanny is a student who finishes the school next year. So Fanny is a student who, all right? So this is the point that we are going to use in the next presentation, in the next exercise. Exercise number 6, it's all relative. Yes, it's all relative. How many ways can you complete these questions? Use who, that, or which. Write them in parentheses. If you can leave them out. Okay, and sometimes we don't need it because it's unnecessary. Okay, but anyway, we have the number 1. What do you do with electronic gadgets? Electronics are things or people?
Things.
Things.
So what are you going to write on the line?
Which.
Which don't work anymore. Remember to write correctly which, because many times when we were in class, I told you, come on, Renata or Areli, etc. You forget to include the WH. So in the chat is the correct form, which. WHICH, which. Okay, second. What would you do if you got a gift you didn't like?
Who?
Which.
Okay, the correct answer is
Which?
which, because gift is a present, is a regalo. Okay, so yes, which you didn't like. Second is which, right there is in the chat. Number 3. What do you do when you see a word you don't know?
Which.
Which you don't know. Why which? Because we are talking about a word, letra, palabra, and this is an object. So yeah, necessarily, yes, we need to use which. Number 4. What do you do with clothes are out of style?
Which.
Which.
What do you do with clothes which are out of style? Yes, clothes. Clothes is not a person, it's a thing. Yes, so what we need to use is which. Perfect, students, you are doing just great. And the number 5. What would you do if you had neighbors play the music too loud? What would you do if you
Who,
had?
no?
Again, can you repeat?
Who?
Who exactly? Neighbors, remember,
Oh,
are
yes.
the people who live next to your house. ¿Ok? En un momento se va a cortar esa comunicación porque recuerden que es el video. ¿Ya lo vieron de veras? ¿No? ¿En YouTube? Ok, so se va a cortar y me voy a conectar one more time. Ok, se esperan unos 20 segundos. And again, I connect y we continue with the class. Ok, so Jessie, Pamela, ok. So problems with this exercise?
No.
No? You copy
No.
all of it? ¿Copiaron todo? Copy all of it?
Yes. Teacher,
Yes?
the question, the exercise number 5 is who?
Yes, because we are talking about neighbors. Okay?